Every year, the US logs about 8,000 venomous snake bites. Now, most of those bites, they actually come from a totally different snake. But when it comes to deaths, almost 80% of those trace back to this one. And here's the crazy part. This thing actually warns you first, loud and clear. Don't come closer, or I will end you. Meet the rattlesnake. In this video, we're covering everything, and I mean everything, you need to know about it. We'll follow its life from birth all the way to adulthood, dig into its natural habitat, and figure out just how dangerous it really is. What actually happens to your body if it bites you? And the big question, should you ever keep one of these as a pet? This thing's life starts with zero sentimentality. Most normal reptiles lay eggs and slither off, no drama. Rattlesnakes? They give birth to live young. The mother carries her babies inside her, and they come out already fully assembled, killing machines. Straight out of the box. We're talking about 8 inches long, fangs already in place, venom glands already loaded, instincts already hardwired. The mom basically waves goodbye, and the babies crawl off to hunt on their own. Nobody teaches them how. Nobody has to. Survival mode comes pre-installed. But here's the twist. A newborn rattlesnake is a completely silent assassin. That famous rattle on the tail? It's made of keratin, the same stuff as your fingernails. At birth, there's just one segment, kind of like a little button, and you need at least 2 to make any noise at all. Every time it sheds its skin, it adds a new ring. So that popular myth, count the rings to find the snake's age? Total nonsense. This thing can shed 3-5 times a year, and the old segments just snap off on rocks anyway. So no, it's not like counting rings on a tree. Forget that myth. Forget it completely. But once it's got enough rings, that's when the magic happens. The muscles in this snake's tail are some of the fastest in the entire animal kingdom. Vertebrates, period. We're talking up to 50 contractions per second, and it can shake that rattle for up to 3 hours straight, no breaks. The muscle just doesn't get tired. Scientists are still studying the structure of it, trying to figure out how that's even possible. The rattle itself is hollow inside, and the sound comes from the segments knocking against each other. And that sound? It's not a battle cry. It's a panicked scream that basically says, I'm here, I'm dangerous, walk away. Now, since the rattle's job is defense, when it comes to hunting, this thing's got an arsenal that would make special forces jealous. In the wild, the rattlesnake is an ambush genius. Its camouflage is so good, you could be standing a foot away and never see it. Lying completely still for days, waiting for some clueless mouse to wander by, that's its specialty. No rush, just patience. And it tracks that prey using something like a built-in thermal camera. I'm serious. Pit vipers have these heat-sensing organs between the eye and the nostril. In pitch darkness, this snake can clearly see the infrared outline of a warm body, like it's got military-grade night vision built into its skull. Add in a forked tongue that pulls scent molecules straight out of the air, giving it this insane 3D sense of smell, and you've got 2 totally different sensors running at once. It sees heat, it smells in 3 dimensions, and its prey can't hide from either one. The second that rodent wanders into range, it strikes. The human eye literally cannot track this. It happens in a fraction of a second. The jaw opens up to almost 120 degrees. That's basically the physical max for this snake family. And out come the folding fangs. Normally they're tucked flat against the roof of the mouth, but mid-strike, they snap forward like a switchblade. Inside, they're hollow, like hypodermic needles. Pierce the skin, inject the venom under pressure, done. Target secured. And by the way, those fangs break on bone all the time, but there's always a fresh set growing in the gum, ready to go. Like a shark, nature built in a backup. So what happens if your leg ends up where that mouse used to be? Don't panic just yet. We're way too big for it to actually eat. And venom takes a long time to produce, so it doesn't like wasting it. About a quarter of defensive bites are actually dry, no venom at all, just a warning shot. But if the toxin does get into your bloodstream, that's when things get seriously unpleasant. Unlike a cobra, which attacks the nervous system, most rattlesnakes pump you full of hemotoxin. Think of it as a nightmare cocktail of enzymes that starts digesting you alive before you're even close to being swallowed. The pain is brutal. like someone poured molten lead straight into your muscle. Tissue swells up instantly, starts turning black. Red blood cells burst. Blood vessels basically turn to mush. In some people, blood stops clotting altogether. In others, it clots way too fast, forming deadly clots. Tissue death sets in. Without the antidote, your odds of losing a limb, or your life, get about as close to certain as it gets. And then there are the overachievers. Like the Mojave rattlesnake, on top of the tissue damage, it hits you with a neurotoxin too. Just to make sure you stop breathing. Double whammy. One type of venom finishes off whatever the other one didn't. And now we get to the really interesting part. The price tag of getting saved in an American hospital. One vial of antivenom costs around $3,000, and they might pump 10, 20, even 30 vials into you. Your final bill for walking through tall grass in shorts? Easily over 100 grand, sometimes 200. A rattlesnake bites you once. The hospital bill keeps biting. For months. So naturally, this raises a question. Are there actually people out there who willingly bring these things into their own homes? Oh, absolutely. In the reptile keeping world, it's called hot herping. It's basically extreme sport for people with steel cables instead of nerves. Keeping a rattlesnake at home means turning your room into a fortress. Thick glass, heavy locks, the whole setup. This snake will never be tame. It's not going to appreciate your love and care, and it's definitely not going to learn to recognize your face. To it, you're just one giant, annoying monkey. Every single interaction happens through long metal hooks. No hands, ever. One careless move while refilling the water dish, and you're on your way to the ER. Getting one of these as a beginner? That's a one-way ticket to a Darwin Award. This is strictly for hardcore professionals with years of experience. And even they get bitten sometimes. Now let's get real for a second. Rattlesnakes aren't horror movie monsters. They're one of the most important pest control systems in the forest and the desert. They eat rodents on an industrial scale, saving farmers from crop disasters, and saving you and me from ticks and Lyme disease. One single snake can clear thousands of ticks off its territory in a year. So maybe think about that next time you're tempted to grab a shovel because you spotted one in the backyard. It will not attack you first. Not unless you step on it or poke it with a stick for a cool video. If you hear that rattle, freeze. Find the snake with your eyes and slowly, slowly back away. It'll happily crawl off in the other direction. It doesn't want to fight. It just wants you gone. So, what would you do if you found out your neighbor's keeping a couple of these beauties right next door? Drop a comment. Let's talk about it. And make sure you're subscribed if you want to know more about cold-blooded predators than what you'll ever see on TV. This has been Snake Insider. See you next time.